Board Game Nation Presents. My name is Elizabeth and I'm the Young Adult Program Librarian at Spring Branch Memorial Library, and I'm going to tell you today how to play the game Carcassonne. Carcassonne is a great game that we have at Board Game Nation. It's for about 2 to 5 players and takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. So after this video, whenever you come to Board Game Nation, you should know how to play Carcassonne. Now, Board Game Nation takes place every Friday from 4 to 5:30 at the library for ages 9 and up, and I hope to see you there soon. When you're playing Carcassonne, you're trying to collect the most points as you build the land around the ancient city known as Carcassonne. To build that land, you have to place tiles together. You start with this tile that has a darker back than the other ones. Each turn, you're going to grab a tile from the stack and connect it to another tile that has already been placed. The tiles have to line up and make sense, so you can't do it like this. You would have to make sure to connect them in a way that makes sense. If you grab a tile that can't be connected anywhere in a way that makes sense, you can discard that tile from the game and grab a new one. So we just started connecting a road. So for example, if you wanted to connect a city, you would have to do it like this, or like this. Can't just put it over here because that doesn't really make sense. There's no city to connect to. So after you place the tile, you have the option to place one of your little wooden men on the tile that you just played. So you could take one of your little wooden men and put it on a tile that you just played. These little wooden men are what you use to gain points, and I'll explain how the points work in just a moment. You are only limited to the little wooden men you have, so be careful about where and how often you place them. When you place the little wooden men, you gain points by completing sections of the land. For example, if your man is on a completed road, you get 1 point for each tile used in the completed road. So here it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 points. If your man is in a completed city, you get 2 points for each tile in the city and 2 extra points for each banner in the city. So here we'd have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 12 points because we have a banner there. So what if 2 players have men in the city? The player with the most men in the city wins points. If they're tied, they each get points. If a man is on a monastery completely surrounded by land, you get 1 point per tile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to record these points with this point board. So you have one of your little wooden men here. So let's say we just got 9 points from the monastery. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As soon as you complete an area, the little man goes back in your stack for you to use again in the game. At the very end of the game, you can calculate the scores from fields. That means the little man you laid down on a field, and we're going to lay him down so we know he's different, stays there the entire game. For each completed city that the field touches at the end of the game, the person with the most little men in that field gets 3 points per city. So here we get 3 points. If players tie for most men in the field, then they each get 3 points. At the end of the game, if you have men on incomplete roads, cities, or monasteries, then you get 1 point per tile and 1 point per banner. So for example, if we only had this many tiles here on the monastery, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the end of the game. At the end of the game, the player with the most points wins. are out of tiles, which means the game is over. So let's look at how many extra points we need to give. So the blue person on this road, it's an uncompleted road, but the road goes 1, 2, 3 spots. So blue's gonna get 1, 2, 3 extra points. Blue on the
monastery is uncompleted, but it's connected to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles. So this blue's gonna get 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have this blue in the monastery connected to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that one's gonna get 8 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's see. We have this blue one laying down on the field. It's connected to 1, 2, 3 completed cities. So that one's gonna get 9 points, 3 per city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's its second time around, so that's gonna be 102 points. And this blue right here is connected to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7 and 8 for the banner, so that's 8 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for red, we have 1 point here for this city. So that's 1. We have this field connected to 1 completed city, so it gets 3. So 1, 2, 3. We have this city right here, gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. We have the banner there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the second time around, so that's 52. So for this road, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles. So we're going to get 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This road right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles. It's going to get 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this city right here has 1, 2, 3, plus the banner is 4 points. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I know it looks like red is ahead, but remember blue already looped them once. Looks like we forgot one over here. 1, 2, 3 tiles there. So blue gets 1, 2, 3 points. Okay, so blue already looped around once, so blue has 113 points. And the red one, this is its second loop instead of its third, so that's going to be 70 points, 50 plus 20. So the blue wins.
Thank you so much for joining us for this week's Board Game Nation Presents, where we learned how to play Carcassonne. Feel free to put any questions you have in the comments below, and make sure to tune in next Friday at 4 when we have another Board Game Nation Presents.